Rumble, 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 rumble. Ooh. Oh, it stopped. Ooh. Oh, it's okay. Earthquake, rumble, sensurround. My goodness. Problem I have with listening to LFE is signal is only doing one sort of thing. So I try and take the signal and take the signal and not kind of split the signal, but kind of a little bit more than just adding a delay to one signal, because it sounds like the signal is still kind of doing the same sort of thing rather than kind of like, yeah. Like two signals are the same, or two signals there are the same, and then one's there to say, but the split one's doing different. I could do crossover one sub totally different to the other by just using the DSP crossover. Cheers, that little door there. That's better. Just move it a little bit. Otherwise the door's just jittering. Even at a very low level. It's not even 80 dB. I'm not even pushing 80 dB at the moment. I mean, listening to this rumble thing, I mean, you don't want to listen to it at 150 dB. Seriously. It'd do your ears in. Plus everything else would be out of proportion. All the other bass signals would be out of proportion because of the excessive use, and you just get this huge masking effect. Trying to put the signal where, because the signal peaks in the mix, or okay, I can filter it down with a crossover slopes and just make it sound a little bit infrasonic. Otherwise, the signal's got to kind of steady. It's not like playing linearly flat. It's going to go up and then. Um, hmm. Got an effects unit, Yamaha DSP 100, but problem there is I can't really make the XLR XLR RCA adapters because they're a little bit too wide and I can't fit them on. So I've got to wait for it. So I had to reorder some other leads, some short ones. So they got RCA phono on one end, XLR male, female, different leads for the inputs and outputs. I'll have another crack at that probably tomorrow. But been looking at other DSP processors. Behringer do some DSP processors. Yamaha do some other DSP processors. Some of them a little bit pricey, like for some models that are discontinued, £500-600, and other models that are about less than 100, but only have one input. Only have a single input used for MIDI input. They got TRS input outputs, so it's not a big deal. Magic. Um, so, yeah, these adapters. I can't get these to fit on because of the this part here is too wide, and by the time you try to get two of these in near two RCA runners, they just don't fit. But, there's other DSP ones that are like, the Behringer ones that I've looked at, relatively cheap. They got effects processors and a few other gimmicks as well, I suppose. Their XLR inputs outputs left right stereo. Otherwise, I've only got the other effects processor that's taking a single output, but I want to go and then it's going to do some signal splitting or something. But I want to use the two outputs so that one goes to the front, one goes to the back, and then put them on with different, and then put them on an effects processor. To see if I could do some actual difference between the signal, even though it's going to be the same signal, but try and manipulate or adjust it somehow so I can get a kind of forward backward sort of movement rather than a signal that's just just doing this sort of thing all the time, and try and get the same, even though I want to kind of, so if that was at the back and this one's at the front and it's doing that, so there's two different sort of signal, even though it's the same signal. And there's not much, I don't think. I don't think there's much within the actual surround channel in terms of low frequency. I think it's a little bit a little bit echoey. Just turn those back ones on. They just sound echoey. Let me see. So what can I do? So better 100. Better 100. Yeah. Just put a crossover filter on the back surrounds and just kind of filter out all the rest of the effects. I mean, there's only so much the two little the two JBL would do at the back. tinker around. What's going on there? Mhm. Evening. Evening. Uh, oh, it's not 100% working at the moment. It's very having problematic weird issue. One, I got wrong adapter things. I got these, not these ones, the other ones, these ones. But trouble is, when you try and put two of these on RCA phono, you can only fit really one because this part here is too wide. It goes up, and then you got two of these like clammed together, and you can only fit one really in. And if I try and force one in, yeah, I could probably break it. Plus, when connecting up, it was also cutting the signal out. As if the two plus signals were coming together and shorting out. So I thought, something should work, but because I had two inputs going in, even though they were mono. But maybe that's the problem because there are two mono signals going into the. But I should be getting this. But either way, if I swap the leads around and test the outputs of left and right output, front left right output on the processor unit, I should be getting a signal. But no, something was shorting out. So I got some other leads that are coming. So I've got similar leads. Well, I have the same leads, but they're in a bag. They're in a cupboard at the moment. I don't know which bag they're in. there's I've got hundreds of cables, so I'll sod it. I'll get a few more. I just can't be asked to do any soldering. And I went behind this rack trying to connect the leads up, so I only connected up a few leads here, down here. I've just basically had to reconnect back to the system. I had to reconnect it back to the way it was. Um, oh, I need to get one of those patch bays, I think. I need to have a bloody patch bay because it is a pain in the arse going behind this rack. I need to get it all. I need to rig everything up that would be that's mostly going to be used in a some sort of sense, I guess. And then just well, yeah, patch bay. Really won't get enough patch bay in there. I mean, of course, the patch bay would probably have to be a TRS. So if I use a patch bay, it's probably XLR. The connectors are a little bit wider and than a TRS, and a TRS is the same as an XLR. It's only just yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the same as an XLR. Tip, tip, ring, sleeve, XLR, positive, negative, ground. It's the same, only it's a different. You know. No, 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 no. They're just a little bit narrower. It's just millimeters narrower than an XLR. Uh, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. My cats are meowing. They're out in the hallway. Close the door. Otherwise, they'll be, the same thing. Um, they've been fed as well. Yeah. It's the Yamaha is not the only DSP effect unit. There's lots of them. There's Yamaha. Also, like I say, Yamaha also do professional ones, which I looked at, but they're not the only ones. They're not the only ones doing because everyone else jumps on the bandwagon and they want to do a little piece of their act. It's just looking for a unit that I can use that could try and manipulate the signal and make it a little bit different. And yes, yeah, I don't know if it's going to be actually doable to. Well, well, the sub bass signal just seems like it's just doing this all the bloody time. You get you tune the sub, the crossover because one sub at the back is going to be slightly different in the low frequency output than uh, it will be a little bit different than the one at the front because you got the room nodes and whatever, and it's just trying to tune trying to get roughly the kind of equal of both. Otherwise, if one might be too much of that coming from the back, and the one from the front might be even though I got the crossover because I only have to play. I can put them both at the same crossover and then just put sine wave tones, and then I'll be able to see. Oh yeah, that one at the back is still. And then it's like, I need to EQ those filters down, or just bring the crossover back a little bit, at 24 dB or 48 D and just bring it back down until it sounds equal. But I want to make it so it's not just like that. So one sub is kind of like that, and one's that. Just trying to make it slightly individual. Even though realistically it's going to be the same signal. Um, I'm having a little play around with the surround channel by just putting a crossover filter on it at the moment and just giving it a listen. So I put a crossover using on the Storm Audio, just boom, put a crossover filter on the surround speakers at the back to filter out all the rest of the effects sound. So it just sounds so it's just got a filter on it. Um, just trying to see if there's anything I don't know any other sort of any other sort of thing that I could possibly use, or because most people wouldn't be thinking putting a crossover on their surround. Uh, you know, they'd be thinking diverting that to a sub. I can't rig it up over to a sub at the moment because I haven't got the leads patched in. Um, Whereas before I had the leads patched in and where I could just send a signal um, from the surround and send it to the sub. Uh, Future. Uh, they say 40 hertz is about the limit for these, but they can do 30. Yeah, and the whole lot overhead, all those all playing the same signal. Um, I managed to get them to about 20, 19 hertz. The signal was still outputting on the sine wave. And I thought, well, that's not bad. But then there's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine all playing. And of course they're room nodes. Of course there is. But they're all but I could sense the tone, a kind of weird low pressure at 19 hertz. I didn't push it too much, so just mild level. Of course, when you go a bit higher up in the frequency range, from 19 right up to 40 hertz, then it's going to go. "Brrr." It's going to be a little bit. It needs to have a filter on it to sort of bring it down a little bit. But it's not really advisable to push these. Otherwise, I could overdo the excursion, and then I could damage the driver. Um, uh, Other than that, I still haven't done anything on that CP200. Yeah, I don't mind a little bit. I don't mind a little bit of soldering. Yeah, will do. Will do. How far have you done anything finished on the baffle wall, the barrier wall? Oh, oh, I can see something. Did you improve those speakers? Are they black? What do you do? Yeah, any little silver, anything little, any silver bits. Oh, the 99909. Oh, the 919. Ah, have you got, so you got the Room EQ, was it running? Mm. Yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm kind of confused with the whole thing now. What show me with the camera, show me. Yeah, find some light source and, get some light source and show me which is vibrating. That wall is vibrating. Walk up to the wall. Walk up, set the camera up nearby, or put the camera down somewhere. Put the camera down, pull the camera t move the camera back, pull and put the camera down. Make sure I can make sure, move the camera upward a little bit. Move the camera upward a little bit. Move it up, tilt the camera up a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, make sure you got something in the way there, the camera. Move it out the way. Okay, okay. No sound. I want you to walk up to that wall. Walk up to it and put your hands against it. Put both hands against it. Move over a little bit. Yeah. Now push against it. Does it flex? Okay. Tap. Okay. Make a fist. Go back to the wall. Make a fist and start tapping on it. There might be a joist behind where it's not secure. Also, make a fist. Right. You're using use your knuckle. Use your knuckle. There's got to be somewhere behind. There's got to be somewhere behind it that's just causing it to rattle. Ah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. But which bass frequency? Which channel? Nearest, right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Oh, getting the carpet in. You still got these bits of where these windows are behind you. You still got that window behind you. Um, you could make something. You can make something maybe with a foam or rock wool. Cut a slab or something. Fit some MDF on it. So I don't know. You can push so it pushes in. So it's not permanent. So you could push it in into. It makes a nice tight seal because some sound frequency is going to go along the wall, do 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 do, and then it's going to go in between that void, and it's going to do a weird thing. Also, the other weird thing is the windows like that, and then if a sound comes in, not just that hits the window, but then hits this angle, you know, and then it comes out flat to the wall, and yeah, yeah, it could do weird things. It could do weird. It's possible it can do that. You could you could still keep those front wides or whatever they are behind the screen. I don't know, but yeah, yeah. I mean, I saw one demo room, but it was just a demo room at a trade show, and they had 7 speakers all set up behind their screen. So obviously they're using the front wides there, but probably they didn't know that you don't get much information in those signals, and they're using the big speakers. I mean, you could put pink noise in it. It's gonna yeah, it sounds the same as everything else, but those realistically, when they play front wide, there's very little signal going into it. So you got yeah, Oh, it wasn't too terrible. A little bit echoey. The room's a little very large, too much echo. Um, but it's a large room, nice. Just too bad he won't ever he won't make alterations to it because most people don't want to because they just want a simple, still would like to have a typical living room or whatever, and they don't want to make any alterations to it. Um, you know, I mean, even if he put a carpet down, it would reduce some of that echo. But then you're gonna, but then you're gonna notice not just reflection from floor to the ceiling, or you're then gonna notice it probably a little bit more around the walls somewhere. Yeah. Excuse me. Is that a lot of money? Not really. Oh yeah. Hmm. Have you got any space behind the wall? Well, if there was any space and it was a box, I mean, cut the hole out, and then it depends on how much space there is. Well, if there is, then you could make a, you know, and then I know. I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to put the house back to how it was, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. You put a bit of wood go behind it, and put some wood sort of there, and then you get a piece of plasterboard. You cut it out to shape and fit it in, glue it, liquid nail it, and then put some what's it over there and sand it down, and then it'll look like the same bloody wall. Uh, but it'd be great because you'd be able to put the sub rather than the sub box sticking out into the room. You could put it flush, so it's not there's the wall and there's the sub, and it's stuck out, and then you could put it flush. So, but it's maybe you want to put the sub a little bit higher up. You d- I mean, you don't have to put subs on the floor. I think it's mm, But I wouldn't get one of those in-wall subs. I think they'll be just complete one, they're gonna cost you a lot of money. One, I think they're a complete waste of time. Might as well just get a and then just flush mount it. Of course, you won't get a big cinema one because, that'll take up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah, do a box that you could have it ported, but you can also seal it. So you've got 2 options to test and try. Yeah, and give it some internal, bracing so it doesn't resonate. Yeah, make it so that, yeah, yeah, uh, so it's gotta be, see, you don't wanna get you're not so how many you don't have many crossovers, uh, I don't seem to get much excursion issue. Oh, I mean, my JBLs, they seem very tight. Um, the only time I see a lot of excursion or anything is if it starts to be around about 20 hertz or anything a little bit lower than that, and then I can see it move, and I can see the cone driver moving quite a bit. Uh, get yourself a Behringer DCX. Yeah, and then you can just, if you got if you want to do two stereo like subs or whatever up at the front, you can experiment with that, and then have another have the other third input. So you got three inputs. It's one for left and right, one for LFE, um, and then you got the outputs. And of course, if you want to put LFE back in LFE into left and right, you could do that just by going into the Uh, but you switch out if you switch out the other signal then. Uh, the only way I think you can do that is by using an audio mixer and then doing some. Hmm. But look for a DCX, cheap, secondhand, something that obviously works and not spare parts. Uh, Are you changing capacitors? Oh, you need to get the REW all set up so you can run, so you could run the output, in get an input go get a signal input going in from the computer, and then get a REW individual outputs of each channel, look at the graphs, the pink noise in real time or anything, or look for any sort of signal noise that you can see on the on the on the on the generate on the REW. See if you see all those little weird noise signals, because those would be capacitors, wouldn't they? Producing those little noises. Yes. Uh, and a little snag. Oh, against all odds. What is what? It has chapters on side 1 and 2? Oh, is it a gatefold? Is that a gatefold? Oh, I didn't know that. Well, let's have a look. Oh, which side? Yeah, yeah, that's right, there is. I think I saw that at the cinema about 5 times I did. Uh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely right. Uh, yeah, if you, have the, remote, you can, just program the time, and then it'll jump to that time on the disk. Ah, yeah, no. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. No, no. Oh, oh, oh dear. Pizza box. Yeah. Uh, have a little extra pepperoni on it. Uh, um, yeah, I've been a bit depressed, and between eating, I've been ordering pizza. Uh, it's if the meal I'm cooking is not big enough. It's too small. What I'm cooking, it's way too small, and I'm thinking after I eat that for an hour, and now I feel hungry, and I've got to. Uh, yeah, I'll probably do two codfish tonight instead of one, but I'll do two codfish. Um, broccoli, codfish, codfish. Well, I could put some little chips in the fryer. I could put some little chips in the active fryer. That's not too bad. I'll probably do that tonight. Yeah, just a cod, broccoli, and some Home Alone. Yes, I like tomato. Oh, yes. All right. I need to buy some. I need to buy some tomato soup because I've only got some chicken and tomato. No, chicken and vegetable soup. That's all I got. Uh, but I haven't had any soup in a while. Usually, I have a can of soup during the winter time. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's an idea. Meatball with in tomato soup. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then do the extra. Yeah, yes. Uh, oh yeah, omelets. Yes. Oh yes. Yeah, all vegetables and yeah. Yeah, yeah, I'm just not very good at option cooking. I'm not very good at it. Uh, I need a keeper. I need a woman to that knows absolute everything about cooking, and because I'm useless at it, I'm not very good at it. I can learn. I can learn, but uh, uh, when you buy a pizza, it cools down after a while, and then you can always take it back to a microwave oven, put it on oven mode, and warm it back up again. Yeah, rather than let it get cold because you let it get cold, and then you think, okay, I'll put the rest in the fridge, and then you take it out, and you put it in the microwave, you put it in the oven on oven mode, and warm it up the next day. But people, you got when pizza's being shared with other people, yeah. But when I don't know, I get a pizza that's medium size, but Maybe I should get one that's just a little bit smaller, you know, just a bit smaller. I don't need a big pizza. Uh, uh, oh dear. Uh, it's, uh, it's not much. I'm just, dear. Oh, that's not too bad, is it? Are they English speaking laser discs or I thought they were dubbed in. I thought they. Yeah. Hmm. Uh, yeah, and you got a bit of an echo in that room. I can hear it. Yeah, try. When you do another test. Try the sub bass speakers with going through sine wave tone on each speaker, and seeing if there's anything that booms or vibrates or rattles in the room. They need to be sealed, or you need a barrier. Otherwise, the bass sound to go behind it. But it's very difficult to keep the bass sound minimized. Um, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to make sure it's cat proof. Oh, she's getting more curious about why is he going up there? Why is he not letting me in? Yeah, I don't know. Laundry room? Oh yeah, cat flap. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make it cat proof so the cat can't go behind. If they can fit their head in, they can fit through it. No, if their whiskers, because their head's there, and if their whiskers fit, they'll fit in through that. Yeah, so make it so they can't get in. Uh, yes, the air, yes. Maybe. Ah, that's just gone up to 75%. I'll just turn it off. I'll just turn it off for a few moments. Load of rubbish, that Storm Audio. I think I regret buying it. Plus, oh yeah, I'm sure that was great. I'm sure that was exciting. Um, I think I've seen that video. I think I've seen that, yeah, yeah. And, plus some of the sound effects used in those overheads didn't make any sense because they sounded like car wheels screeching and or whatever, and it that needs to be down here on the ground, not up there, like, suddenly the car's gone to, the eco car, whatever the fuck it is turned into a Back to the Future car, and it's suddenly now it's up flying up there. That doesn't make sense. If it's in a tunnel, it will just echo. But the squeaking, the tires, they're physically down on the ground, but they can't magically go up there. You just get an echo reflection. Just can That would be absolutely so loud and disorientating. Uh, lo Another load of Atmos rubbish mixes. Uh, I have no idea. I only watched a little bit of it on Amazon a couple of years ago. It was only in 5.1, and I felt it to be really boring. It didn't excite me, and I just turned it off. So I don't expect anything grand, spectacular with the use of the overhead. That was 3D Space Hunter, 1980s. Yeah. Yeah, I think I only saw Space Hunter, I think in a mono cinema. Uh, oh, so it's on you. Oh, yeah, yeah, Space Hunter. That's another kind of Star Wars clone movie, I think. Have they got right, that sort of effect. Okay. It's a long time since I've seen it. toy soldiers. Oh, oh no, that's dreadful. Okay. Yeah, no, no, I think it needs, I don't think it's got enough, if it's got an extra effect on it on the LFE, that'd be on the discrete mix, but the discrete mix is not being put on disc. Just I haven't played it in a while. I haven't played that in a while. Just trying to think where it is. Um, just just go and grab it. Oh, what are you doing, Magic? Naughty kitty. Okay. Panasonic. Bleh. Okay, let's see. I've got the disc in. Oh, um, turn that on. Suppose can't. Oh, yeah, I've got to select the audio mode on the. I haven't turned the CP200 on for about a week. Select the analog. Okay. What's it like? What is it like? So, providing my SDDS doesn't give me any capacitor issue on the power supply, because I think it's the power supply that's occasionally the audio signal, the voltage signal's dropping down, or something's going faulty, and I've got to switch it on and off, 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 on and off. And after a while, it calms down, it settles. Bit like my cat, bit like my cats, they calm down. Um, let's go to a chapter. So it's also, I think it's full screen on. Oh yeah, they're in orbit there. Oh yeah, it's that chapter there. Uh, oh, oh, Bear's in the room. Oh, we've got a problem, Houston. Come on, got to get him out. Got to get them out of the room. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. I like the way that shuttle, when those main engines start up, you can see that they got the hold down arms, round here, they're round the wings, and that shuttle, you can see it shifting. It's inching upwards. It wants to go. It wants to bloody move. And the only thing it's holding is those hold down arms, and until the right time and to release, and the SRBs fire up. And I like the way the SRB fires up, and then you get the shock wave that you see the flames coming down from the main engines. They're going over this way, and then when those SRBs kick in, and boom, boom, and you see this rippling shock wave in the oh. Could you imagine being anywhere near that? It would knock you over. It'll probably kill you. Um, there's no way you could recreate that sort of thing in the home. It's impossible. Not without being being obliterated. Yeah, yeah, which is kind of like what the spectators are probably getting from a few mile distance. Otherwise, being anywhere near that, it would be absolutely deafening. You couldn't reproduce that sound on a sound system. Uh, because you'd be putting your fingers in your ears. And what's the point of doing that? Oh, spending all that on the system, and you've got to put your fingers in your ears. But I just like the way everything is. When that things move. Oh, it's a lot of energy coming on that. And of course, when Of course, when the main engines, before they start up, you get the water suppression, where all the water's been dumped down into the flame trench. Otherwise, the acoustical shockwave would do damage to the vehicle. So there's a lot of raw brute force dynamic SBL that would probably be over 200 dB if you were up near to that bloody thing. You know, obliterate the needle. The needle will go off the track. it's it's oh yeah. Um, let's see if anything works. So I'll turn that off. Turn that back on. Control. This is Atlantis. Got to tune the system up. Tune it up. Stand by for FR ignition. Because I've been experimenting with different crossover slopes with earthquake. So I've got to tune the system up. That's why I say get a DCX and you can just experiment with it so easy. Counting down. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for main engine test. It's more of a bass rumble. You can't really get, because the signal's only going to come from left and right. It's tuning the subs down with a different crossover slope. Otherwise, if this crossover slope is too high, just going to pick up the same common frequencies. It's now I've got to tune it to go a little bit lower. But you know that baby boom track or the LFE signal, it's not here on. It's only it's only a Dolby stereo. Yeah, so yeah, it's starting to do it a little bit. It does that for about a few minutes and then it settles. So I know it's a capacitor. I know it's a capacitor that's doing that issue. I'm too lazy at the moment to get the other Sony in here, the other one, so I can pull the power supply out, identify all the capacitors, and then order them, and then get some brand, because it's probably some of the capacitors are failing. But it's done pretty well. I mean, crikey, this processor was probably made around about 1995. The other one came out a little bit earlier, the 1993, the 2000 model, and then I think the 3000 came out a few years later. It's just a bit problematic because the signal cuts out on the input. The input signal cuts out, or the output. It seems like the input or the output, but I can't see any signal, so I've got to turn it on and off. And it does that on the other one as well. So it's like, you know, the components have reached their tolerance level of they've reached their usefulness now, and now the components need to be replaced. Oh, so did it again, cut out. So I've got to persevere. It takes a couple of minutes until it warms up. higher voltage, yeah. So yeah, huh? Okay. Well, I'll get the other one in soon. I'll get the other one in and get the power supply out, get the unit out, and then start writing down all the components and then all the component values, and then look on eBay for any components that are that just with a same microfarad, but just a little bit more voltage. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, cool, yeah. I'll make sure I got the yeah, I'll make sure I got the pins. They're gonna fit. Otherwise, you can cut corners with that, can't you? Solder some wires, and then solder the wires in, and then use a little hot glue and stick the capacitor down on the board. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, I know. Oh, oh, look at that. Look at that shockwave. It's like a strobe light effect. It's like a strobe light effect. Boom, there. Whoa, boom. I can see just a few little few little seconds. It's like, oh, there is so much acoustical energy and flame or propellant, liquid propellant blasting out. Uh, Takes a little while to get this. What the fuck is that fly? Is that a fly in the mission control room? Yeah, yeah. What the fuck? I see a fly moving around there's a fly moving around in this in one of the scenes. There's a fly moving around. And I see, it's that same fly that was sat on, Trump's other, Pence. It's the same fly. It was stuck on his head. It's flying around Mission Control. Bloody hell! What the fuck? It's in this- yeah, yeah, little things that are going on. I never noticed that. I never noticed that before. I never noticed that before.
Five, four, booster dice on.
Go for launch now!
Just tune the crossover a bit lower.
Lighter.
Plus, I'm getting a bit of signal noise as well. Plus, I'm getting a bit of signal noise off the SDDS because I think the capacitors are getting on, and it's starting to inject a bit of signal noise. So okay, that's going to be a project um, pretty soon. I think pretty soon because I'm not buying another S2DS. I'm not buying that model again. I've got two of them, and of course, if I buy another one, it'll probably most likely have the same issue because the components are getting a bit on now. um, I mean, levels are pushing. Levels are pushing. The levels are pushing. We're okay.
Where's your control?
I like the continuity there. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm definitely getting quite a bit of signal noise. Even though, that I can't really, even though that I can see a little bit there. Of course, when I mute it, I don't hear the signal noise. Of course, I can see it on the Storm audio. I can see the signal noise up there. That also takes a little while until it settles. So I know it's a capacitor, and I can hear a little in between's little boom, 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 little thump sounds, little. So I know it's a capacitor. Just takes a while for it to settle down and normalize a little bit, but otherwise I could just take it, go through the HDMI and use the Dolby DSU, use the DSU, but it's just not. I just don't like the way music plays over the LC or music in the center because it sounds digitally processed on a DSU. It sounds digitally processed, and it's got little whooshy, makes little whooshy, 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 whooshy sounds. Um, this even if this movie gets upgraded again, they'll use the same. They're not going to. They're not going to use the 6-track mag sound for the 70mm print releases. They're not going to use that. They're not going to spend that money. They'll just go cheap and just do a fake upgrade, make it look like 4K, but it's probably fake, and just use the same 424 matrix signal mix again. Uh, yeah, yeah, it is. Did I see any? I think there's product placement in this movie. I can't remember which. I'm not sure if it's Coca-Cola. I think I just saw on one of the table when Diet Coke. I can see in one of the scenes here, but it's a bit out of focus. It's a Diet Coca-Cola can, but it's a bit out of focus in the shot. And the yeah, it's, it's always some sort of uh, uh, oh. I hate Yeah, that bloody Storm audio, bloody fans. Of course, now I turn the SDDS on. The heat's going to warm up a little bit, and it's going to go underneath. It's going to go underneath it because this part up here will warm up, and then the heat's going to rise up. Um, in room temperature is 25. In room temperature is 25. It was 19 when I came in this room in the morning. It was about 19. So the ambient temperature is warming up a bit. But I wouldn't recommend or endorse a Storm audio processor. It's a load of it's bloody. It can be bloody annoying, and plus it can't do everything. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's a bit of a scam, really, and unless Storm Audio like to try and figure out what they could make better with it, and well, they can fucking start with getting rid of the bloody IMAX bloody thing on it. I don't think anyone bloody hardly uses it. They could get rid of the bloody Oro. So can you trade those? Can I trade two things in and then get something else that's a bit more of an bit more of an improvement? Mm, yeah, and good luck with the carpet and the other thing you're doing. Uh, I'm gonna get. I'll probably do it now. I'll probably get the bloody thing and rip the bloody power supply out and have a look and see. Identify all the components. Okay. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, of course. Okay. Good night. Ugh. Right. I'm coming now, Match. Out of the way. Out the way. Thank you. You've been fed. Okay, some tools. Some fucking tools. Let's see. Let's see what I can see. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh. It's connected around there. Okay, that moves. A bit there moves. Right. So let's see what's holding it down. Oh. Oh, quite a few things I'd undo until I get the power supply unit out. It could be that. It could be. There's quite a bit there to Yeah. It's not an easy thing to take out. I think down there on the side panel is there. God, this thing's heavy. Yeah, what I need here is a little table. So I just put it on some little out of the way magic. Okay. Okay. Yeah, those unclip. So I'm not sure if you've got to take this, remove this side panel here. No, that's all. Right. Yeah. Okay, there's a screw down there holding that there. It's a screw. I wonder if it's just these two screws. Let's see. No way that's going to fit. That's not going to get up. Let's see. I'm going to try something to fit. Oh, crikey. That's not going to get in there. Let's take this. Take that out of the way. Yeah. So, that's it. Blue tack. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's loose now. That one there. Nice there. So that one there. Loose. Seems like something's holding it down there. Could be, yeah. Let's take these bits off there, might help.
you. All right. That one? Just no. Right, okay.
Yeah. No, no.
That's all right, no problem at all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Oh, yes, of course, yes, we
Thank you.
Bye. Take care. Now, 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 now. Oi. you.
Okay. Appears loose, but still holding it in position here. Gosh, Sony, you make things awkward. I think this is going to go back and then move up in an upward position because you've got to. Yeah, there. Do they clip on? I don't think they do. I go back out here. So I'll clip down, do this. Yeah, that's it. And do that. Let's care, I have to cut these cable ties. Oh. Okay, that's loose, but don't know. Don't know if that goes through that hole. I certainly don't think it will. Probably Not with the rest of those on there, it's not going to go through. Oh, so I've got to do that. That goes to a short distance and it goes on one part there. Of course, I've got the other SDDS, so I can mirror the. Can mirror it. That's not a problem. Okay. Get those through. That go through the hole. Okay, that one through. Will this go through? That is possibly, yeah. Oh gosh, what a weird, what a weird design. That's it. That's it. Move your sub around the room. Get REW, Room EQ Wizard, and then work it out from there. Where you got to put the, say, they say put a sub in the middle of the room where you sat, where you seat, and then just walk around the room with a microphone until you see in real time analyzer RTA, and then the frequency response looking more even, and then where that microphone is roughly around the room, then move the sub into that position and then just check it again. Or yeah, one sub is not often going to even out the response for an LFE signal. Our rooms are too small, so you got to put one at the front, one at the back, and then you test again, or one sub in each corner, each corner. So 4 corners. You don't have to exactly put them down on the floor. You can move them up a little bit. Yeah, put them on there near or just move them around. Just shuffle and move them around until you got an even response without pretty much with with very little EQ adjustment. Just got to move them around because our rooms are too small. Just got to experiment. Trial and error. Trial and error is all it is. Okay. That's a little bit more on that. Okay. I'm not on there coming out of winter. Okay. Yeah, just move the subs around the room. Move them around. Okay, that's connecting down to there. Oh yeah. See if there's anything else here. So that obviously goes onto the main part, and then the rest then comes out through there. Match, meow. It's moving. It wobbles, so it's obviously free, but it's this bit here. Let's see here. Okay, this is a maze. Sure, I would have thought I'd be able to lift this out by now. I've got to undo this here, that bit there. through. Okay. Oh boy. Still doesn't give me the one. These down here, down there, it's coming up. Oh gosh. Oh, I've got to take a break on this. This is awkward to get out. Oh, hang on. That little bit out there. Okay. Right, let's see. It's moving, but it's getting in the way. It's getting in the way of it. Getting some of it out. Oh, what an awkward thing. So I think getting in the way of there. Okay. It's almost out. It's just these cables here and the switch. There's something unclipped on the other end. Oh, I'll get this out. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't see those there. I wonder if it could be these. Let's see. Cable. What bloody cable's holding it down? Oh, he's got something stubborn. Oh shoot. Component broke off. Bloody capacitor broke off. Oh great. Well, that's going to help. Impossible. What's this? It's fitted around there. Come on. God. Right. What else is it? I think it's this cable here. It's going to be a pain in the ass. This here. Oh, shit. That is not going to budge. That is not going to budge. Doesn't unclip. These don't do here. Those don't do. Bloody wire. There's one cable here. Where's it going? Oh, shit. Can't see it's going down there. So, that's the backup. That's the backup. Got this out. One bloody wire holding it down. I can't get to it. I've got to strip it down to down there. It could be soldered. It could be a screw holding it on. Can't see it. What's going on underneath that component? I don't think these here loosen. I think they do. It's budging. Can't get this one to budge. Bugger. Damn. I have to drill it. So you can't see around there. I see it. So we've got by a screw. It's held down by a screw. Oh, possible. That's it. Well, I've got two options. But I can't get to that. I've got two options. Cut the wire, and then I've got to put some, and then extend the wire. Extend it. Cable shrink, and put a what's it, and then crimp it. That's my only option. So, fuck it. Oh. I'll get to that component. Right. Get that out is cut that and then extend the wire. Oh, right. Oh, right, I see. Oh, right. Screw terminals on there. Oh, okay. Okay. Take those out of the way. Oh, they've probably got wassets in there. Yeah. Okay, so that one off. Turn that one off. Okay. Just pop these back on so I don't lose them. Okay. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, this is going to be a project that's going to take, I think, probably maybe a month or so. Because I don't think getting all the components and such was going to be easy. Okay. Okay, let's cool down now. Oh. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh. Didn't expect to do that. Wow. it calm down. Oh, right. Out the way. Meow, meow. Stop that. Great, got these components as well. Bloody broke off that surface mount capacitor. That's not a problem. I could solder one back on. Oh, I can solder it back on, I think. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Actually, no, I'm going to have to order that. No, that pin broke. That's okay. We'll order one of those. I've got carefully, I think. Pin broke off. Which way did it go? Go that. Go that way. Or did it go that way? I think it went that way. Anyway, I'm going to have to order that again. What was it? I have to order that component. I have to type these components down, so it'll take me. It's going to take quite a while to do this. A lot of work. What is it? 35. 35. So let's say 8 E3 E8 E3. Okay. There it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh, 220 microfarad. 220 microfarad. Uh-huh. Bloody dog's dinner to get this power supply out. Oh, crikey, and the rest. Oh, crikey, I got a... Oh, flipping that. Oh. I'll undo the rest of this just to get to the... just so I can start eyeball identifying the capacitors. Oh, crikey. No rush. It's not paramount. If it's got to go in the bin, it'll be smashed up into pieces so no one can salvage this Sony SDDS. If you get my understandable meaning. Oh, gosh. This is a very awkward task. So yeah, undo these screws here. Do those. Ooh. Hoorah! Got to start somewhere. Like, the thing is, if it's the power supply, it's what part of the power supply? I think it's somewhere. Okay. That's loose. Let's get this out. Slide out. Unclip that. There we go. Whew. Okay. What we got here? How many capacitors? I can't see any bulging. Can't see any leaking. That doesn't mean. This component here looks a bit. I don't know. Looks a bit caked. This here looks a little bit caked this side. And let's quickly consult if he's on. If he's still on. Hello? Yeah, I just got this bloody thing out. Take a look at this, if you can see it. Let's see if I can get the best light on it, if I can. This component here, it looks a little bit like it's been baking. Whereas there's a second one on here that doesn't look baked. There's one over here. There's another one. Hang on, I'm trying to get this camera in position. There's one component on here. The other component looks okay, except for this one here. It looks a bit damaged. That's a little transformer, isn't it? Oh, my glasses are falling off. Yeah, so I'm trying to get the laptop in position and trying to get good light on it. I'm trying to not. Yeah. It wasn't easy to get this out. I broke off one of the surface mount capacitors. Yeah, so I've had to order a new a new surface mount, 220 microfarad. You can't buy them single, so you've got to buy them in packets. They're cheap. They're cheap. So that's the surface mount that broke off. Yeah, the pins broke off. So hopefully I'll be able to get this fitted back on. It goes on this part here. These components here, these ones here, these two blue components, they're also found inside the processor itself. I've noticed these before. Yeah, they're not easy to find on eBay. No, they are not easy. You look for the type that you're looking for, but it's a different type. It's a different voltage. So they're not. They do exist, but they're very hard to come by. So is that upside down? Oh yes, yeah. I thought it was upside down. Well, looking at them, they look okay, but I can't tell how to evaluate them with a voltmeter to determine if they're faulty or if they're soundly, they're electronically okay. But this one component here, to me, it looks like it looks a bit dodgy. It looks like it's been, I don't know. But they're not expensive parts, and in any case, there's not many capacitors inside. I can't see any capacitors that are leaking or bulging, but that doesn't mean the capacitor might be faulty. You okay? There's a little variable adjustment back here. I had to cut one of the wires. I had to cut one of the negative wires on this with a pair of scissors. I couldn't get the other part out to unscrew it because the wire went down more or less to the chassis and it screwed down. I thought, well, it's okay. I can go in there with some wire snippers and I can extend the wire and then put some cable shrinking around it and such, and I'll get that cable back on. But um, they're all screwed on. Once I got it out, I thought, oh, they're all screwed on. It's took me about half hour to get this out. It wasn't easy. But pardon me. Yeah, the input wires, the input power, and then this what cable here connects onto the this down here, and then obviously this output here cable goes to the rest of the unit. This cable here, then goes to the rest of the unit. So this is the main cable that's going in. DC voltage. It's I thought it said on the symbols on here what the voltage is, but it's probably 24 volt. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Let me just count that over again. I think I counted seven capacitors. They all look pretty common, but I can't see any. That looks. They look sound. No bulging, no leaking. This power supply, it's got a name on the side of it, I think. I wonder if I can. I wonder if I can buy that. The whole damn thing. I mean, what could be? Yeah, but even if I buy something that's like this, doesn't mean I don't know. But I might Google it and see. Uh, it's the same. It's the same manufacturer name as these components. So I'll see if I can find any. Otherwise, oh gosh, the mains. Oh, I'll probably put it in back to front and it'll go bang. Yes, 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 of course. Measure it on these output terminals. Yes? Oh no, sorry, not these output. That's the input. That's the AC. That's the AC input. Um, oh, the other lead. Where is it? Oh, yeah, it's this lead here. Sorry, that lead there. Measure the output. Yeah, but I don't know what the output is. I have that. I have to. Oh yes, yes, yes. I do see it now. I should have gone to Specsavers. It's 5 volt, 30 amp. Its AC input is 100 to 240 because it's universal. 50 hertz and 60 hertz frequency. It's universal. Uh, it's 2 amp. Yeah, there's a little green LED down there. It's a little green LED. Don't know what that's for. Probably never saw it. Probably can't see it because it's so far back in the processor. I don't notice it. But let me count on those capacitors again. One, two up there. 3, 4, 5. 6, 7 capacitors. That's all I count. All right, it's not a big deal. I'll buy some capacitors and see if I can get one of these. So that maybe both of them. Maybe. What would you? Could these possibly have issues with? Because I hear I see a noise on the I see a little bit of signal noise occasionally when it's make a bump sound, and then it cuts out with a bump, cuts out suddenly. um oh, this one here. Yes, by the looks of it. Aha. Okay, I'll ID the components and see if I can find them on eBay. Uh-huh. Possibly not faulty. Um, oh, yes. Yes. Let me see what. Oh, I think there is one that is nearby, but I don't know the name of the shop, so I'll check. I'll check to see if there's a. Of course, I've got a friend that can also. He does electronics. I could get him to quickly check it over. Yep. Right. Uh, bang. Yeah. Bang. Okay. All right. Well, actually, these two things here, they're slightly different. One's smaller and one's a little bit taller. Um, but the rest of the unit powers up okay. It's the audio output stage that's having the issue. So I completely wasted my time. well, well, this lead obviously goes to um, you know, oh, for what it might be wasting my time with. Okay, I'll be wasting my time maybe, but at least I'll be changing the capacitors, and I know that they're brand new. Um, and put the unit all back together and get these transformers. Uh huh. Yep. Oh, so how much voltage do you think these are getting? Yeah. Yes, and also there are two relay circuits here. But get some light on. They're two. Yeah, they're relays. I can tell they're relays. That's probably why I hear that click click sound or such. The two relays there. Possibly relays could be having issues because I had an amplifier one time that, well, every time I tried to give it more power output or something, it made a click 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 sound. And and someone said, yeah, it's a relay. Replace it, and the problem will be fixed. I did that on one of the amplifiers I had, and so it could be, could be some relays that are having a snag here. But uh, no, no, looks like there are two screws underneath. Yeah, So they're soldered down. They're soldered. So really got to get this plate off to desolder underneath. So got to undo this. Yeah, it's a bit of a wow. It's a bit of a thing to do this. I'm gonna see if they actually got this, because I brought power supply circuit things before that were cheap. They weren't expensive. You can probably get that for less than £100. So I'm just gonna try and ID all the parts and then order them. What's this say on here? Oh, what's that say? Oh no, that's nothing there. Slow blow fuse is okay, obviously, otherwise it wouldn't power on at all. What are these blue capacitors? Or these blue, not capacitors, what are these blue components? It's probably a filter, I guess, but I don't know. This down here. Hang on, is that? There we go. Because there'd have to be filters on here to filter frequency noise, wouldn't there? Because you're gonna get noise from the AC, the signal, the voltage. But yeah, I'm surprised. I thought I was going to find components, capacitors that were. Again, yeah, it's just one part. It's just one blimming component that's doing it. But these, oh dear, I don't know how. This whole thing looks like it's fitted to the circuit board. A 24 volt. 12 volt. No, hang on. Did you say input 5? Yeah. Right. Yeah, yeah, I see it. Input down here. Input 5 volt. Yeah, which comes off this lead here, and that connects down to connects onto here. Connects into there. And you've got this other one, a little one here, another little one here. No, this other lead. Hang on. There is one lead on there that I don't use, and that's for the fan, which is back here, the fan. I don't use that because it just sounds like a very noisy. You could be right. You could be very, very more than right. Because I can see with the heat here from the power supply and airflow. I'll probably change the fan, or no, I'll test the fan as it is and see how loud it is, and see if I can find another fan that. I'll look around, see if there's another fan, and probably reconnect the fan. So it's probably going to be a little bit louder than the storm audio. Huh. No, negatory. It's a little bit larger. It's just a little bit larger. It's just a little bit larger size, but it's smaller than what goes in the other amplifiers as well. It's probably about 100, or it's probably 70 millimeter or something. Probably about 3 inch. Crikey. Most people would probably throw this processor in a dustbin. There's not a lot of people that like it. Yeah, it's nice if you can get them cheap. It's going to be it's going to be a pain in the ass to put that together. Because pulling this power supply out was a bit awkward. Okay, so I've got to order ID all the components on those capacitors and the rest of the parts, and then see how many of them are listed. As well as maybe having a look to see if I can buy the whole damn thing. Yeah. Well, it should be possible. I've found power supply units for Dolby CP500s. The actual, power supply unit. So, oh no, good gosh golly, trying to find an SDDS expert now is like looking for a needle in a haystack. I don't know. I'm not sure if he would know any information. The last actual time I spoke to a Sony expert was 8 or 9 years ago, I think. Because the Sony SDDS format's been retired for quite a while now. So you can forget about servicing and all that sort of thing for that, because it's no longer a sound format anymore. It's discontinued. Just like Prospector. Yeah, it's gone the way of sensurround. It's extinct. Yeah, yeah. So a lot of quite a few other cinemas were set up more or less like that. Didn't have the inner speaker channels. Um, So I really don't know what the bloody logic point is of buying expending the cinema, expending the money on a processor and not using it for not using it for its full potential. Yeah. I don't know. Do you think these look okay? These bits here. Do you think that looks okay? Yeah. It looks like honey. Looks like someone dripping honey on it and it's been baking. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, well, I've got to fix that new surface mount capacitor back on there. That's going to be tricky. I almost pulled the bloody circuit board off the circuit track. Almost ripped the circuit track off. So I'm gonna have to put a little bit of teeny little bit of glue round there a little bit, and then I'm gonna have to. Still got the little plastic bit there. Uh, that's going to be awkward. It's going to be awkward. Um, just a little, just a fraction, little bit of soldering to take the rest of that part off there very carefully. But that's going to be very tricky. Otherwise, I think this thing's going to be completely. Ooh, I can't remember which way this capacitor. Hang on. There's a symbol on here. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out which way the positive and negative goes. There's a little symbol on here that's telling me. I think the surface mount goes in one direction because it's only two pins and they line up. Two little pins. Just got to figure out which way it goes round again. Um, I'll figure it out. I'll find a diagram. Unless you know. Surface mount. And you got a little symbol on here. There's a little symbol. There are two little symbols. They got a little. It's like a curve shape with a line. And then you got one that's a straight line with a line. Then you got something that's straight with a line, and you got one that's curved with a line going in. So I'm guessing that's probably positive. No. Well, no, there are other surface mount ones, but they're mounted in a different direction. But I'm guessing, yeah, I know which way it goes now. At least I think. I think, yeah, I think with the symbol where it's curved, it's got a little curve and a little straight line. I think that's positive. So that's negative there, and this black here is, yeah, goes that way. Goes that way. Yes, yes, yeah. I think the little line on there with the, it's like a T shape. I think that has got to be negative, without a doubt. It's got to be negative. But oh crikey, I don't know how I'm going to get this back on. Oh dear, that is going to be awkward. That's going to be awkward, especially with these two bloody these little blue things. Makes it very awkward to get in there between. It's going to make it very awkward. To get in there. Okay. Okay. I'm going to relax because I'm absolutely, my back is killing me. Oh, and oh yeah, I'm going to take a break from. I'm just going to look at the components. There's nothing much I can do at the moment. I haven't got any components to put in. So, oh, flipping it! I had to change my t-shirt. I was absolutely sweating just to get that power supply out. Sweating. Yeah, it's what that's what you call audio workout. Yeah, yeah. Oh dear. Oh gosh. Well, thanks for on that. Yeah, seems like I want to do something else, and now I've got to do this. And if I replace all the parts on that and put new ones on, I might as well take the other Sony out of the rack and then take the power supply out and put that one, plug that one in. Uh, or alternative, I just plug, I fix that power supply, put it back in. I know there's one circuit board on there that's faulty. On which is the analog board. I think it is something gone faulty with it. I think. And I'll just pull the other cards out, the other processor. I just pull the cards out and then put them in this, put them in this one, and then just mount it back in the rack. Uh, oh dear. Yes, yeah. I forgot it's the weekend. I forgot. Um, all right. It must be. Oh, it's not even 11 o'clock. Yeah. Is there anything else? Is there anything else that I'm forgetting? Uh, yeah, so it's likely fan's got to be reconnected. So I'll have to look into the fan, get the fan out of that, and see if I can find one that's. I'll Google it around and see if other people say, yeah, this fan's noisy. And I'll put some DC voltage on it, see how it sounds as it is, and think, probably get another one that will fit. That might be a bit quieter because I'll check the specification. I'll see if I can get the specs on this fan. Um, gosh. I think I should really, I don't know. I was thinking removing the processor entirely. But when using it for analog use with the CP200, it's the only processor that's got a decent VU level meter, and there isn't anything else I can find that's going to be cheaper than that, and yeah. Um, Otherwise, I was thinking connecting to the outputs from the CP200 over to the Denon on the 8 channel input, internal 8 channel input, and then take the outputs down to the Storm Audio, plug them into the Storm Audio, 8 channel inputs, the 8 channel inputs. But the problem there is then I've got to connect the other cinema processor. Um, or yeah, I've got to connect the DTS thing here. That's got to be connected. Oh gosh. No, the CP that connects into the CP750. And then I've got to connect the CP750 into the CP200. Oh, for Christ's sake. um, Too much, too much, too much. I don't know why I'm bothering. Is the yeah, it's raining outside. I think I can hear the rain on the roof. Check the weather. Check the weather. Yes, it is. It is raining. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, do you hear the rain on your roof? When you're up in the, can you hear the rain on the roof? Uh huh. Yeah, that's the problem. You can't minimize or isolate it, I don't think, because it's going on the roof and then it goes into the wood frame that connects down onto the bricks, and then there's the no, it's not perfect, but yeah, yeah, but it does give good ambience effect. It's better than Atmos. Sounds more lifelike. Because when you hear it in a bloody Atmos movie, it's like 20 dB more bloody louder or something rather than what it should be. It's the psychoacoustics of all this immersive audio is not accurate enough. Given how quiet a dubbing stage is, how quiet they are, or mixing record, like that Galaxy recording thing in Belgium. They say they got a noise their noise criteria, their NC rating is something like, I think it's 20 or less than 20 dB. Very, very, ooh, that's quiet. I mean, oof, to achieve that, oof, yeah, it takes quite a lot of building materials to and design to achieve that sort of, because then you can play the soundtrack back at, not necessarily deafening level. You could play it a little bit more quieter. Hmm. Okay. I'll let you go. No, it's okay. 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 Again, good night. Good night. Bye. I'll do it this end. Oh, okay. Oh, dear. Oh, boy. There's quite a few things to do. Oh, so just, oh, it's not that one. Yeah. Zulu Uniform Whiskey 250512. Cosel or Cosel. Let's see how many of these components are available. So it could be the other, it could be the analog board on the processor. Could be the analog board, because the analog board on the processor's got these components as well. Possibly it could be those. Switch that over to analog. The Panasonic analog. Yeah, the noise level now on this is yeah. Some of the noise level on it is now settled, because I definitely think it's a capacitor sort of thing. But it's weird because on the CP200 power supply, that had snags because the power supply was generating noise. But you turn it off, you turn it back on, and it sounds like, oh, it's okay now, it's cleared. But then it starts warming up or such, and then the noise then starts becoming humming and buzzing sound. I get a little bit of so, oh, that's it. Over and out.